Good morning, students. Our today's topic is, where does photosynthesis take place? Photosynthesis does take place in the green leaves of plants, but it does so also in other green parts of the plants like stem. If roots are green, then there also in branches, etc. Mesophyll cells in the leaves have a large number of chloroplasts. Usually, the chloroplasts align themselves along the walls of the mesophyll cells, such that quantity of the incident light. Now, next question is, when do you think the chloroplast will be aligned with the flat surfaces parallel to the walls? Answer is when the light intensity is less, under less light intensity. Next question, when would they be perpendicular to the incident light? When the light intensity will be more. Now about the structure of the chloroplast. Within the chloroplast there is a membranous system consisting of grana, the stroma lamellae and the fluid stroma. क्लोरोप्लास्ट के अंदर मेम्ब्रेनस स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं जिसको कह रहे हैं ग्रेना, फ्लूइड मैट्रिक्स प्रेजेंट है उसको बोल रहे हैं स्ट्रोमा, और स्ट्रोमा लेमेले आर विच कनेक्ट्स द टू ग्रेना टुगेदर. So the membranous system is responsible for trapping the light energy and also for the synthesis of ATP and NADPH. In the grana, the light energy is absorbed and it helps in the formation of ATP and NADPH. These two molecules, they are the energy molecules, they provide energy. Since this reaction occurs under the light energy, so these reactions are known as light reactions. That is the formation of ATP and NADPH. This reaction is known as light reaction. In stroma, in the matrix, the enzymatic reactions incorporate carbon dioxide into the plant, leading into the synthesis of sugar. Because this reaction does not depend upon light, so it is also known as dark reaction. क्या हुआ? क्लोरोप्लास्ट में ग्रेना है, स्ट्रोमा है. ग्रेना में लाइट रिएक्शन हो रही है और स्ट्रोमा में डार्क रिएक्शन चलती है. लाइट रिएक्शन में एटीपी और एनएडीपीएच बनते हैं और डार्क रिएक्शन में कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स का फॉर्मेशन होता है. नेक्स्ट इज, हाउ मेनी पिगमेंट्स आर इन्वॉल्व्ड इन फोटोसिंथेसिस? इफ वी सेपरेट द लीफ पिगमेंट्स ऑफ एनी ग्रीन प्लांट, that process is paper chromatography. Through paper chromatography, we can separate the leaf pigments of any green plant. A chromatographic separation of leaf pigments show that the color that we see in leaves is not due to a single pigment, but due to 4 pigments: chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophyll and carotenoids. Chlorophyll A gives bright blue color. Chlorophyll B gives greenish color or yellowish greenish color. Xanthophyll gives yellow and carotenoids gives yellow orange color. In the first graph that shows the absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A, B and carotenoids. So here they also have shown the chlorophyll A with the blue lines because they absorb mainly the blue light. Chlorophyll B with the dark green color, greenish yellow. So they have shown the chlorophyll B with the green. And carotenoids, mainly they are yellow or yellow orange in color. So they have shown this with the different graphs. Chlorophyll A with bright blue, chlorophyll B with green or yellowish green, xanthophyll with yellow and carotenoids with yellow or yellow orange. Carotenoids mainly consist of carotene and xanthophyll pigment. Carotenoid consist of xanthophylls and carotene pigment. That is present in the reddish color, gives reddish or yellow orange color. In carrot it is present. So pigments, what are pigments? Pigments are the substances that have an ability to absorb light at specific wavelengths. So in the plants these pigments are present which can absorb the wavelengths of different which absorb the light of different wavelengths. Can you guess which is the most abundant plant pigment in the world? Yes, chlorophyll A. Answer is chlorophyll A is the most abundant plant pigment present in this world. Can you determine the wavelength at which chlorophyll A shows the maximum absorption? From this graph we can tell that at 440 nanometers chlorophyll A shows the maximum absorption. So second graph, in the C graph light absorbed also shown and with the wavelength of light in nanometers. Graph C shows that at around 440 nanometers the chlorophyll A molecules show maximum absorption. Does it shows another absorption peak at any other wavelength too? Yes. Answer is around 680 nanometers. It again show the highest peak. Can you see that the wavelength at which there is maximum absorption by chlorophyll A, that is in the blue and red regions, also shows higher rate of photosynthesis? Along the wavelength, if we see that where these highest peaks are present, that region is of blue region. Again at some part again high peaks are there, that region represents the red light or red spectrum of the Vibgyor. When we split the light, white light, sunlight consists of Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So where the highest peaks are present in this graph first, that region shows the blue region. Again where lowest, very less absorption light is shown here, that is green region. And again peaks are there, that region is of red region. So this graph shows that peaks are there, that is maximum absorption of light is of blue and red region. Again rate of photosynthesis is high in blue and red region. In the C graph, light absorbed and the rate of photosynthesis also is shown there. So where the rate of absorption is high, there is rate of photosynthesis is also high in that region. This shows that in the blue region and in the red regions the peaks are there. The pigments absorb blue light and red spectrum of the light. And in the middle, where this graph is at the down level, this shows that this is of green region. So these pigments absorb least of the green light and they reflect maximum of the green light. That is why the plants appear green, they are visible to us as a green leaves, green plant. Hence, we can conclude that chlorophyll A is the chief pigment associated with photosynthesis. Can you say that there is a complete one-to-one overlap between the absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A and the action spectrum of photosynthesis? Yes. In the C graph, it is shown that where the absorption peak is there only the rate of photosynthesis is more. So first graph, it shows the absorption spectrum, that is how the chlorophyll molecules absorb the different wavelengths of light. Graph B shows the action spectrum. Action spectrum means how the rate of photosynthesis occurs or how the amount of oxygen, how much oxygen is released during this process. So in first graph, absorption of light by chloroplast. Second graph shows the rate of photosynthesis. And the third graph, they have mixed the above two graphs and showed the result that the rate of photosynthesis is more where absorption is more. So these graphs show together that most of the photosynthesis takes place in the blue and red regions of the spectrum. Some photosynthesis does take place in other wavelengths of visible spectrum. Though chlorophyll is the major pigment responsible for trapping light, other thylakoid pigments like chlorophyll B, xanthophyll and carotenoids, which are called accessory pigments. So already we have discussed that 4 types of pigments are present: A, B, xanthophyll and carotenoids. Chlorophyll A is the major pigment which is responsible for trapping the light, but these other pigments, that is B, xanthophyll and carotenoids, they are known as accessory pigments. These pigments are also essential because they absorb the different wavelengths of light and then transfer this energy to the chlorophyll A. Chlorophyll A is the major molecule. It takes all the energy from the accessory pigments also. So accessory pigments absorb light and transfer the energy to chlorophyll A. Indeed, they not only enable a wider range of wavelength of incoming light to be utilized for photosynthesis, but also protect chlorophyll A from photooxidation. So accessory pigments, they absorb different wavelengths of light for the process of photosynthesis, then transfer this light energy to the chlorophyll A molecule, and also protect the chlorophyll A molecule from direct photooxidation. I hope this is clear. Light reaction we will continue next time. Thank you.